Hey guys, I want to tell you about this crazy dream I had last night. I dreamt that I had an exam on the next day, like today, and that I wasn't prepared at all. And it caused me a lot of panic and stress when I was sleeping and dreaming. Because the weird thing is, I wrote this exam already 1 week ago. It's already in the past, but still my brain made me believe that it's tomorrow. And it made me realize that dreams are actually a glimpse into our unconscious mind. Because in the dreams, our unconscious can communicate with us. And I want to look at this from the perspective of Sigmund Freud. He was a psychiatrist, and he made a theory that our self consists of three parts: the ID, like the basic instincts; the ego, that is in charge when dealing with the world while we're awake, like that is controlling our behavior, our will; and the superego, which is like our moral compass. And yes, it consists of all the norms of society, what is right and what is wrong. And I want to talk about the ID. So why did I have this dream about an exam that I already finished? It's because when we're awake, our ego is in charge. But when we're dreaming, the power of the ego is reduced, and it allows the unconscious to come forward. And the unconscious brings up parts or experiences or feelings that are not processed and that need to be processed. So even though I wrote my exam 1 week ago, the stress and the fear of not being good enough or maybe not passing the exam, it didn't just disappear after the event happened. Like my unconscious mind, it's still working through it, especially the emotions I might not have dealt with in the day of the exam. And honestly, this happens to all of us. Like, I think it's like more visible for events that were really a challenge for us, but it's happening with everything that we experience all day, whether we realize it or not. So our unconscious is constantly processing our emotions in the background. We think an experience is over, we're done with it, but like I thought, okay, the exams are finished, now I can relax and, I don't know, calm down from all of this stressful time. But especially with tough situations, they often stick with us, and they are like hanging in our unconsciousness. And every now and then they pop up and they resurface in dreams, in random thoughts, or even in physical ways, like an uncomfortable feeling, an anxious feeling for no reason. Like no reason because we don't know the reason, but the reason are the past experiences. Well, how to deal with it? So some experiences, they get processed on their own with time, and they just stop popping up in dreams or making you feel like uncomfortable. But other times, especially with fear and deep emotions, they linger. And this is where a form of psychology comes into play. In Germany it's called Tiefenpsychologie. It means like depth psychology. I hope there is a term like this in English. And depth psychology is aiming at creating a sense of safety, like no matter what you've been through. And the idea is that when you feel safe, you can face those fears that are not resolved, and you're not afraid of them. You're not overwhelmed of them, and you're not like your safety don't depends on these experiences because you have a deeper sense of safety. It's like once you feel secure, the stuff you were afraid of stops having power over you. Do you see me in the sun? So yes, you don't need to be scared anymore. And this is like the basic goal of depth psychology, to create a sense of safety that you have in yourself. So next time you have a stressful dream or you feel something from the past is bothering, remember that it's your unconsciousness, and maybe that some things need to be resolved and that you need to maybe work on them or give them space to be and create a sense of safety. Of course it takes time and it's very hard to force it, but just to pay attention to it. Maybe you also do it with another person to talk about it or to create a safe space. I think it's even easier for another person, with another person, because you have a reflection. Thanks for listening. This is the video for today, and see you tomorrow.